Alright guys, what's up? We're going to show you a few books I've got in the last 2 weeks or so. About a week ago today, it's Friday, what is this? I think it's the 13th. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. Should have done something special. But anyway, about a week ago, we got a man here as part of the community. This man doesn't just talk community, he is community. And, he's one of these guys that just keeps it going, always positive. No matter how much time goes by that you don't chat with him and stuff, he'll just send you a little letter, God bless you, brother, how you doing, what's going on, you know, and it's really authentic, it feels real authentic and it's real touching. The guy means it, man, just a good-hearted guy. And, that's we're talking about the great legend. So he does a podcast. I think it's on Fridays. Check him out. He does quite a few, And he had a trivia contest going on. Now, this is not the first time I've won a trivia contest with him. It's not the first time that I've got a package from Downey, man. But this guy does this out of the goodness of his heart. He doesn't have to do this stuff. He gets a bunch of comics. He does the podcast. He talks to you, invites you into his home. You get to see all sides of the guy when his kids run in there and stuff. And I won one of the trivia contests. It was actually from a package of 2 questions. Every question he'll show you the prizes and stuff. And I think I got the first question. It was a Fantastic Four. I think it was like who was not a member of the Fantastic Four replacement group, and the answer was Punisher. And I might have this backwards. And then the other one was who was one of Spider-Man's original foes, who's an original member of the Frightful Four. And I got it right, but a few people got on there before me. You'll answer his trivia contest in the comments, and then he'll see who was first. And a comic book mom beat me, and she graciously told Legend go ahead and send me the books, even though she got the question right. I think I came in second by 3 seconds. And because she already had the book, so go check out Comic Book Mom too. And just goes to show you, man, that's what community is, man. A little bit of maturity, a little bit of goodwill. Everybody's playing, it's all fair. Just just a fun time. Don't have to worry about it. So enough said with that. Check out Comic Book Mom and check out the great legend, because he's always coming at you live. So here's the prizes, okay? I haven't read any of these, and I've been holding on to them. Okay, so this is what he sent me, man. Number 1, Afterlife with Archie. I've been dying to read this book, okay? I'm just so good. I think a couple years ago they did this phenomenal crossover where Kiss actually showed up in the Archie books, and it worked. It was really good. had some, Universal monster kind of knockoffs, the witchcraft going on. I think it even had Sabrina the Teenage Witch casting the spell where Kiss came in. So for them to go with Afterlife with Archie, with the big zombie story in Riverdale, I have no qualms that this is going to be good without even reading it. All right, then what we got here, he sent me these. I wanted to check these out. In the other room, I've never put them on here, but the comic book shop, I grabbed a few posters and stuff that he hadn't get up, that he had not put up or had already put up and took down. I don't remember, but I got the Superman Wonder Woman promotional poster. I was kind of looking at it. So I got, he sent me Superman Wonder Woman number 1 and number 2. I believe Scott Snyder's. Nope. Tony Daniel is doing the art. Charles Soule is doing the story. And this is where I started noticing, I've been feeling like a lot of the big two, DC and Marvel, but DC more. I started feeling like the artwork's getting kind of bland, kind of lying there on the floor. And I finally noticed this, man, but it seems like they've tried to make Jim Lee the house style. Jim Lee style is the house style. So, a lot of the artwork we're kind of getting knockoffs of Jim Lee's art. But I'm not going to say anything because there was a time where everybody was a knockoff of Jack Kirby, everybody was a knockoff of the Image style back in the 90s. Now, so this is nothing new where you get, a house style. All that means is when somebody comes up with something original, the artwork's going to blow everybody away because they're going to be hungry for it. Okay? And like I said, he sent me number 2. Got all the glitter in the world going on tonight. And again, I really see the Jim Lee house style coming out for DC. Okay, then he sent me some Forever Evil stuff. Now, I'm a crime syndicate guy, going all the way back to 1982. I wasn't even in the double digits in my age yet and stuff like that. And then, I backed up and found some more and stuff. So I'm alright with this Forever Evil thing going on simply because it's the crime syndicate popping up. So he sent me Argus #1, and what is wild about him about winning Argus #1, the very day that I played his trivia contest, I was at the comic book shop. I'm going to show you some books I got that very day. Didn't even know I was going. Walked in there, got some dollar books and stuff, and passed this up, and I regretted it. And then all of a sudden, I win it that night. Love this hobby. Love this hobby. Okay, Forever Evil Arkham War. Apparently, all hell breaks loose at Arkham. Batman villains. Can't wait to get into this, see what's going on. You know, and I've read a couple of the 3D covers of Villains Month, and I'm beginning to realize that a few of them make a lot more sense now that Forever Evil has started. So now I'm a big Rogue guy. I loved the Rogues. I love the Rogues going all the way back to Flash number 326. I always kind of read Flash and flipped through them. I always thought the Human Top was kind of wild and weird and wacky. I always had a thing for Captain Cold because of the cartoon, and so on. But all of a sudden, man, when the Rogues were a gang and you started seeing that they had this code, this honor, they were, it's more like they were professional thieves. They're not killers, and they always kind of did their own thing, They were loyal to each other, and anytime something else was going on with the villains and stuff like that, like they're on the run because they refuse to work with a bunch of killers, from what I understand. So this is the Rogues in the DC 52, and this is where I finally get to really sit down and see what they've done with them. From what I understand, they all have their powers imbued in them now. It used to be Weather Wizard had his wand, Trickster had his gimmicks, Captain Cold had his gun, Heat Wave, it came from, a tank and his love of fire and everything like that. So from what I understand, I've heard that they have the powers are in them now. Don't know how I feel about that. And of course we have Forever Evil #2, David Finch doing the artwork, if I'm right here. And I tell you what, man, David Finch is one of those guys I've never really been sure how I feel about his artwork. I mean, he's done some fantastic stuff, but I always see a lot of Mark Silvestri in his work. So it's kind of like, I don't know. Mark Silvestri had to have been a huge influence on him. And then we got this, and I'm kind of excited because it's got an old school writer, John Ostrander. And since his wife died, I really haven't seen, hope I'm reporting that right. Sorry, John, if you're watching. Since his wife died, I think her name was Kim Yost, I really haven't seen him do a whole lot. Gail Simone is a huge fan of his, and I think he did some Secret Six with her or something a few years ago. I don't remember. But John Ostrander is one of those guys who I never was a fan of, but you kind of took for granted he was there. You know what I mean? Like if something popped up, to me it was always hit or miss. He'd write something that was really cool, or just kind of, he was the Doug Munch, it was just kind of there, But anyway, it's kind of cool to see the old school in the new 52. So here's Aquaman Annual #1. All those from the Great Legend, and also I consider them to be from Comic Book Mom, since she graciously, said send the other books to me. Okay, so last Friday I said I was in the comic book shop, went in there, and I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is right. I got 5 books. I was only going to get 4, and he said that his machine would only run my card if it was $5. So obviously I'm missing a book here, so that's okay. But anyway, here's the books I got for $1. I got Alpha, Lock and Key #1. I've actually ended up collecting quite a few of these. I don't have a full run of any of the miniseries or per se or anything like that, but I'm going to keep picking them up as I come along and sit down and just kind of read them. I'm starting to get to where I'm starting to see trades out there, so I think it's just a matter of time before I find some used trades or something cheap on eBay or something. Since everybody's going Preacher crazy and Venom crazy on eBay and stuff now, it's time to kind of come in the back door and get some of these other books you've always wanted. Because when people go after the hot stuff and everybody's tracking those down, that's the time to swoop in and get some back issues, or things that are worth a little bit more money. They're going to be cheaper because everybody's trying to get, what's up there. So then for $1, I got this Billy the Kid's Old Timey Oddities in the Orm of Loch Ness. Now these books are fantastic. They're a series of miniseries. I think there's been 2 or 3 4-issue miniseries, if I'm right. And all I can say is that these books I would compare it like Billy the Kid. It seems like I might have already talked about this. I could be making a mistake, but we'll just go with it since I'm making the video. It's all right. Anyway, Billy the Kid meets that 1930s movie Freaks, where they used, you know, real sideshow, you know, little freaks and pinheads and stuff like that. That's a lot like Billy the Kid reminds me of, you know. All right, and then I got this, the Forever Evil's director's cut, and this kind of backs up how I feel about David Finch. You know, there's a lot of stuff in here where I felt like I was reading a Mark Silvestre. Okay, like right here, that's a picture of Lex Luthor, but that reminds me of Mark Silvestre's Professor Xavier back when he was doing X-Men in the '80s. You know, and there's a few other things and stuff. This scowl that's on Nightwing's face. I swear, man, if you put that looks a lot like Logan to me with you know what he had there. Get another look at that. You know, if you change the hair around and the facial features and that mean look, I swear it looks like his, you know, Mark Silvestre's Wolverine work. You know, and I could go through here and point out some other stuff. The way that the face is oblong. If you whoop, I got it right the first time. You know, that's almost you know, the whole structure of the face, the way he draws them and stuff, it's just like a cleaned up version of Mark Silvestre. Got me a 3D comic, Secret Society #1. This is the one I read that makes a lot more sense now that Forever Evil started. This was originally Justice League, you know, 23.4, but it's Secret Society with a different team on it and stuff, I think. Who did this one? I think it was a Jeff Johns, and it's the story of, yeah, Jeff Johns and Sterling Gates, and it's kind of a, you know, Owlman story there. So, it's kind of cool. What else is there? Is that everything? Okay. So, I went yesterday, Wednesday, I just wanted to kind of get out, and I went by the comic book shop, and ended up getting one book for $1. I thought I had the first 4 issues put to the side, but he said some people went through the boxes, so they had 1, 3, and 4. So instead of me going nuts wondering if it's worth finding, you know, number 2 was missing. I got Nowhere Man #1. I've been hearing pretty good things about this, and I figured for $1, why not? If I don't like it, I can take it back. And then I paid full price for a book, and I didn't just pay full price for a book. What is this? I think this is a $4.99 book. $4, no, $3.99. A $3.99 book. Howlermouse bought a book, full price. But I had to get it, man. Okay? Rover read Charlie. And here we go. This is Rover. This is Red. This is Charlie. And yes, that's a post-apocalyptic world. They don't really tell you what happened. You're kind of seeing this through the eyes of the dog. You can understand the dogs talking, but you can't understand the people. And they act like dogs. There's a whole scene in here where Red is freaking out because people are running around. Some people are just like in a rage, and they're killing each other, and they're walking with, you know, glass in their face, and they're jumping off buildings in New York. And some people are just running. You know, one person grabbed one of their friends, another dog, and just slammed him into a car until he killed him. And then this guy ran into a wall and bashed his own head in. And then they found another guy who was sitting there crying and stuff, and he saves the dogs. They're on top of up in a building up in New York, you know, probably like 30th floor or something. And they get up on the balcony, and you can hear the rage people coming, you know, all the people that's in a rage, whatever's going on with them. They can hear them coming up the steps, and they're trying to jump over to the next building, and Charlie won't be able to make it, so that man throws him over. And they act like dogs, and there's a scene in here that's kind of cracked me up. You know, Garth Ennis is writing this, and he understands that you got to have a little humor to make the horror a bit more effective, right? So here's the page where he's like, come on, man, smell my butt. Come on, tell me everything's all right. He's like, really, Red? Really? Now? Come on, man, smell my butt. So he smells his butt, and he's like, yeah, everything's cool, and now, you know, he can relax and survive the apocalypse because everything's all right with his ass. I just find that poetic. Just to give you an idea of what's going on. Again, the artwork is kind of bland, but, like, the dogs are spot on. The guy drawing this and the colorist, you know, the dogs actually have a personality. If you like the We 3, I think you'll like this. You can see everybody going all to hell and freaking out. And the dogs don't understand what's going on. They never tell us what's going on, what's causing all this. But I'm real careful with dog movies and books with dogs, because once you get attached, by God, they'll kill the dog and pull an old yeller on you. and that pisses me off. I have not seen a movie with a dog in it since my dog Skip, and I was tricked back then. All right, so you know I'm taking a chance, and it is a mini series. I don't know how many issues it's going to be, but as far as I know, it's not an ongoing. I can't remember. That could just be, my imagination. But anyway, that's from Avatar Press. Garth Ennis writing a post-apocalyptic tale with dogs. Oh, it's awesome. All right, man. I just wanted to shoot a quick video, put that out there. I got a lot of stuff I could talk about and ramble on, but it's been 15 minutes, and I just had a stack of books, and people got lives, Great Legends coming on tonight, and there you go. All right, signing off.